Hey everybody, Lady Cheryl here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I hope you'll like and learn something in this video and that you will subscribe and turn on the notification button so that you will know when my videos first come out. We have been getting an excessive amount of rain in North Texas, and I am not complaining because I'm sure you guys heard about the flooding in Central Texas, and we haven't had anything severe like that, but we have had a lot of damage to some of the areas. I want to share that I put the diatomaceous earth out over all of this okra because, you know, I told you I had an infestation of grasshoppers, but it's doing much better. Some of the areas, you know, you can see where it accumulated. It's still on some of the leaves, but damage like this is what I'm trying to stop. The grasshoppers don't eat the actual vegetables or fruit. It just eats up the leaves, and that can slow down the growth of your plant. So I want to start the tour right in this area and show you that the food in this area is doing pretty good. Grasshoppers obviously don't like the parsley, so thankful for that. Now over there in that corner, I still have some cucumbers growing and beans and strawberries. We've got sweet potatoes in this big container over here. Let me go a little closer so that you can see it. We have the grasshoppers eating a lot of the leaves, but they don't actually bother the sweet potatoes that are growing inside the container. Right in here, you can see that the Minnesota midget cantaloupe that we planted a few days ago is coming up beautifully. Thank goodness for that. We've got some gorgeous peppers growing on these, I think it's 4 plants in here. You know, I had tomatoes all across here, and once I removed them, everything else started growing real well. And I put some diatomaceous earth all in here. It's a natural insect killer that will, once they eat it, they will dry up the insects like a skeleton. And we have some nice jalapeno peppers here, doing very well. Look really nice. We've got Tiny Tim tomatoes over here, and I forgot to show you the one that is 3 in a container over here. They're doing well. And I just put the diatomaceous earth where I thought I saw any type of damage. We got hanging baskets up under here. We got more marigolds coming up right there, and annual flowers, marigolds, vincas, and we have some parsley growing here. Over in this bed, we just planted the sugar baby watermelons in a row right around in here. They haven't come up yet, but they will soon. And remember, I'm going to put tomatoes that I'm growing upstairs in my room all across the length of this bed in the front. And then I'll put my annual winter and fall pansies in these empty containers. Over here, we have more pepper plants growing. This is the one that I transplanted. I moved from over here to right there, and as you can see, because I dug that root ball real big, there was no shock whatsoever to the plant. Yep, and we've got peppers growing down here. Okay, so we have some beans over here, and I'm going to show you what else is growing. First, I'm going to show you the outside of the tent area and let you see that we got sugar baby watermelon seeds coming up. Brian put 3 of them in the last video. Sure did. There goes 1, 2, and 3. Over here, we got more sugar baby watermelons. I'm going to hook up a little trellis. The Louisiana long okra hasn't come up in here yet, but it will soon. Over here, I think the Datura is going to be blooming soon. I'll put in a picture for my new subscribers. This plant is going to seed. It has a lot of seed pods. Like right here, you can see 3 of them. So I have plenty of seeds for next year. Beautiful begonias, echinacea, begonias, echinacea. And since we had a lot of rain, I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to lift these pots up off the ground so they can drain adequately. I'll show you in a minute how I'm going to do that. And I'm going to go around on this side and show you everything is growing well. I just saw a grasshopper right here. See it? I'm not worried about it. It's going to get that diatomaceous earth. The temperature is really nice. Those are Mexican petunias right there. I'm still waiting on the Texas star hibiscus to bloom. It's going to happen pretty soon. Now I'm going to go down on the other end so you can see. Let me show you this eggplant. I got to harvest this one right here because when it start turning a little different color, that's that black beauty, it's time to harvest it. But I'm going to go inside and show you what else is in here. Right over here, we have sweet potatoes. And the squash is vining out from over here, going up to this trellis. I'm just going to let it ride. And we have a good butternut squash right here. And we have one over here. And it looks like this one is not growing that big, but hopefully we'll get some more. And we've got one down here. The beans are looking good over here. Okra, looking good. Had some damage. Let's see if I can put some of this DE, diatomaceous earth, over here where they were crawling. Okra growing up really good. Ha ha ha! Dun 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 dun! Clap, 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 clap. Here is the first Texas star hibiscus. I grew these from seeds. Yes, I'm so excited. Got plenty of room for them. Right up here, what you see that's dying back, those are the Asiatic lilies. Let them die back naturally. Got okra over here. Okra over here. We have rainbow Swiss chard in these 2 containers. Let me move that back so you can see. Yep, looking good. I'm gonna put a stake right here to keep this off of there so I can get adequate sunlight. And we've got good eggplant growing over here. Let me see. Nice eggplant right there. And we've got an eggplant growing over here. Look at there. We'll have one here in a couple of days. The bees come in here and they really pollinate everything well. We've got beans over here. Looking good. And look at here, guys. This is not supposed to put on flowers or beans when it's this hot in Garden Zone 8A in North Texas. But you see, we got beans, but it's under the shade cloth. And Brian comes out here and helped me put the fans on them. So we're going to have a lot of good beans. And my grandkids love the beans. You can see even more. I didn't see this sugar baby watermelon here. That's cool. I'm so happy. I'll put a trellis there. If I repeat myself from stuff I showed you in the previous video, charge you to my head and not my heart. I'm a senior citizen. I am now 71 and I'm still doing the thing. And look up under here. Look at there. Green beans. All right. So now I'm going to harvest all of these apples. Got to go back and get my little nippers. Flowers are doing real good over there. Hanging baskets. Looking good. This time of year, they usually die all the way back without any shade. But I'm doing what I can to keep everything alive and keep everything green. I don't go and remove leaves. I show you everything exactly the way it is. I don't try to pretty up my garden for a video and then you... So look at that big one. I didn't see this one. I don't try to pretty up my garden for a video. And those are sweet potatoes over there. I showed you the ones that were right over there. And then I also have sweet potatoes over here. A lot of diatomaceous earth on it. Even though the grasshoppers won't go down in there and eat up the roots, the actual sweet potatoes that are developing, I still don't want to see all that damage. I usually apply the DE later in the evening when the bees are not out. And I also rinse it off the next morning if it's not going to rain. I've been gardening in the same zip code as long as I have, over 34 years. You know that you need to start putting them pots off the ground during that rainy weather, because that mulch holds moisture, rainwater, and then it'll just be too wet, and I don't want to have root damage. So I got these little things on sale. I'll put a description in the comment section or description box. They were on sale during the Prime Days for $18 for 5 of them, and each one of them can hold a pot that is 135 pounds. So I'm going to lift up some of those pots. I'll do the small ones today, and then when Brian helps me later on in the week, today is Monday, his day to help me in the garden is Wednesday and Friday, then he'll help me lift up the heavier pots. But I'm going to lift up one that's not so heavy right there where the echinacea is, right there on the end, that one. All 3 of these. Well, I think it's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll come back and show you what they look like. And then I'm going to wrap this video up. I moved this pot, and I just want to show you there's a garter snake. And you'll usually find them trying to keep cool under a pot, and they'll eat the roly-polies and the ants and any other non-beneficial insects. So don't be afraid of them. I used to have a fear of them. I don't anymore. So now I'm going to put this little stand on here, and then I'll put the pot back on and I'll show you. So there's the stand, and it's level. And now I'll put the pot on. The snake is still there, but I guarantee you it's going to go further up in the mulch. But now we're going to get better drainage of the pots. Okay, good people, I got that all done. It's trying to drizzle a little bit. We're expecting another storm to come in. And that's it for outside work today. I'm going upstairs. Let me show you what's going on with the little tomato seedlings that I'm growing. It's Saturday, July 12th. And yesterday I potted up my little seedlings for my fall tomatoes. And I told you guys I was going to keep them under this dome until everything has emerged. You can see green in every cell. So what I'm getting ready to do now is I need to get this closer to the grow light. So I'm going to remove this, and I'm going to take my little clippers that I was using to keep everything close to the light. I'm going to put another tote here because it is imperative that I keep these as close to the light as I can. So now I'm going to sit this back up under here and let you see how close that light is shining down. After noticing some of the seedlings are leaning, I decided to move the light horizontally across here instead of vertically over here. That way the light would be evenly distributed and the seedlings will start standing up straighter and getting more strength. This way is much better, and you can see it's getting a lot of light. And this shelf will house all of the tomato plants. I'm getting them ready to be placed in solo cups on top of here. I'll bring you back in a few days and let you see the progress. It's been 2 days since I put the seedlings under the light and put them in here. And let me go a little closer so that you can see. That one is trying to get a second leaf or second set of leaves. And I just want to show you guys that I don't water from the top. It's getting kind of dry here. So I removed the individual container that has the cells, and I water from the bottom. And that way you keep down growth of fungus and fungus gnats. But I do have 2 bug zappers in my room, because you guys know I have a lot of house plants. But that's not what this video is about. But I think I'll share some of them. No, I won't. I'll make that in another video. So yeah, I have a lot of houseplants in this room, and then, you know, that can attract insects as well. So I keep that to a minimum with the bug zappers. This morning, guys, I am cutting up some of my cucumbers. I'm chopping them up, and I'm going to preserve them in apple cider vinegar and a little black pepper, just a touch of sea salt. And I'll be eating these throughout the week. They'll last about a month in the refrigerator in an airtight container like this. But just want you to know they're not going to waste. This is what my salad pickles look like. I store them in the refrigerator, and they stay real crispy for about a month. And the top is airtight, just like this one right here. Again, I want to say thank you for watching. You know I love you, and God loves you too. Bye now.